We're live. Round two, Coach. We just
a little bit of a warm up.
I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Crafton, learn a little bit more about what they're doing this year, her background. Again, first year head coach here at Tri West, similar to your situation. But as we start up this Bruin Talk program, this is something you brought to Tri West, not something we had done traditionally. Talk to us a little bit about your idea for this show and trying to really bring some hype back to the program.
Well, I think that, for me, it's a community school, right? And I think that there's people in the community that are really interested in not only, basketball, but just sports in general here. I think it's a way to connect, our student athletes and our students in general to our community and vice versa. Because at the end of the day, I tell people all the time, this isn't my program. This is Pittsburgh's program. This is North Salem's program. This is Lisbon's program. This is everybody that ever came through Tri West's program. So being able to connect with them and then connect our student athletes with them, and then also give them, give our guys, our players, our students, give them an opportunity to, get in front of a camera and be in front of our community, and I think that's been great. So.
Well, that's really what we're trying to do here with the quote-unquote Tri West Sports Network, right? It's something new as well. Right. We're trying to, bring a little exposure to some of our athletes, perhaps, something that they otherwise wouldn't have received. Right. And then also the behind the camera. We got Connor Ross today. He's back there helping us out on the production side. He's going to help us on game day. We're going to see if we can, get some streaming out, a little bit higher level than just your normal kind of practice stream, if you will. All that said, let's talk to you. Let's find out a little bit more about your background, where you come from, how you ended up here at Tri West.
Yeah, so, I'm from the Fort Wayne area, Auburn, Indiana. Like you just mentioned, the Calv area. I went to Lakewood Park High School, which is a little 1A school up there. Had a pretty good high school career, scored over 1,600 points. And so loved basketball, played basketball. Ended up having 4 knee surgeries. So, playing was kind of one of those things where it was kind of taken away from me a little bit. Yeah. So I got into coaching. In 2010, I started coaching at Speece Fieldhouse. It was actually one of those things I was just going to do for a summer, right?
Summer job, nice.
Yeah, and I got involved, and the more I got involved, the more I liked it. So I spent 4.5 years there doing that, coaching AAU teams, running camps, everything like that. And that's really where I fell in love with the game, as far as teaching the game and coaching. From there, I worked a year for James Blackman Jr. at Marion High School.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I was there.
He sent a son down south to Bloomington for a while, didn't he?
I was on that stat. They were actually at my wedding.
Oh, very cool.
So close with that family. But from there, my wife kind of said, "Hey, you're getting ready to, we're getting ready to get married. You're getting ready to, kind of figure out what you want to do. You're gonna get a real job.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do? Right? So
time to grow up, Coach.
I said I wanted to coach, and so I sent out 500 handwritten letters to college coaches throughout the country, and actually heard back from 4. Hawaii Pacific, we were thinking that we were going to
really try to make that one happen.
We really did, but it wasn't going to be able to be feasible for us. So I actually got a job at Concordia University in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Okay. Through actually one of my wife's best friends was up there, and so I was the assistant coach / GA there. So we got married August 1st, 2010.
Well, I'm really glad that you got that right.
Yeah. It was easy. August 1st was a good one. But we moved up there August 10th, and I ended up getting a phone call about 3 weeks later from the University of Richmond that said, hey, we got your resume back in January or whatever. We just had a volunteer video coordinator job. Come up and be interested. So I actually drove through the middle of the night all the way out to the University.
Because that one paid, right?
It did not.
Oh, okay.
It did not. It was volunteer.
Oh, wow.
So I actually drove all the way out there, and Coach Mooney thought I was crazy for driving all the way out there. I actually beat him to the office that day. So I was standing on the porch of the Robbins Center. So I started there, fully volunteer for a year. Had a great experience there. And then from there, I went on. I spent 3 years as the director of basketball operations at American University in the Patriot League, Division I.
Yeah.
From there, I went to Cleveland State University.
Yep.
And then from there, went down to Lamar in Texas.
A little bit warmer than I think we're in the teens right now.
Yeah, it'd be about 85 right now down there probably. So I was down there for a year. From there, I went to Chicago State University during COVID year.
Yep.
I was there, and then I spent 3 years at UPY as an assistant there.
Okay.
So I spent 10 years in Division I. 14 years total coaching so far.
Awesome.
So,
well, we're super excited to have you. Thankful that AD Scott Knapp was able to bring you on. He's done a great job for us here at Tri West. Let's talk about this season. You guys have not played yet. Got your first game coming up this Friday.
You got the itch.
Yeah. I'm sure you're done with the practices?
See, I love practice.
Okay, okay.
But these guys are chomping at the bit a little
I
bit.
bet. I bet.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about this team. What's their DNA?
We're gonna play hard, and I think that's like the first thing. Honestly, the best part about this group is I have no idea what to expect on Friday, right?
Yeah.
The only thing I do know is they're going to play really hard.
Yeah, when the lights come on, everything changes.
Yeah, and part of it is we just don't have a ton of experience.
Yep.
Right. You graduated a really good senior class, but the one thing I will say is these guys respond to adversity. They respond to my coaching, and the best thing about them is they're great kids.
Yeah.
They're invested. One of the things when I took the job over was building a culture, right?
Yeah.
And day by day, I kind of see that culture building. Kind of what I envisioned. Now, is it there yet? No, it's not going to be there.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit.
But I think that the community is really proud of how hard these guys play. It's not going to always look pretty or anything like that. But, they're going to be excited.
How many seniors you got?
So we got 2 seniors.
Okay.
We have Kellen Dakin and then Wes Ward, and both of those guys since June have really taken off.
Yeah.
They've taken to my coaching style. They've taken to the dedication that it takes to be a good player. Wes going to Bethel University. He's going to be awesome.
That's awesome.
There,
yeah.
Couldn't be more proud of those two. I just told Kellen last night. I saw him yesterday in the gym. Me and him, we were going to butt heads, I think, over the summer.
Good.
But
good.
he's come a long way.
He just had a great football campaign for the Bruins.
Great, and he's really dedicated himself. He's letting me coach him, and so that's been awesome.
Small town stuff. Went to high school with his dad. So
okay, yeah.
And then I believe Wes is our head football coach's son.
Yes, Jason. Yeah, and then awesome family, awesome kid, goofy kid, but I love that he has his personality.
Yeah.
Kind of hang out. Actually, one of the cool things is I teach at the school, and every day before 5th period, both of those guys and Jackson Paris, they come to my room just to say hello. Makes my day every day. So,
that's fun.
Yeah.
I know you got some players in your team who I had the fortunate to coach in their younger years.
Okay.
I was able to help Mike Miller, who's Ryan Miller's dad, as these guys grew up. Yeah. So I got to see Ryan Miller. Talk a little bit about Ryan and what he brings to the team.
I mean, he's going to be a really big focal point for us. High IQ kid. He really shoots the ball well. Something I ask more of him though is to be like more vocal leader.
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer that your best player has to be your most vocal player.
Yep.
And he's really taken to that. He's gotten better at it. He's such a good kid.
Great kid.
Great kid, great family, and so him coming along as a leader has been great. I never question anything about him on the basketball floor. I know he's going to make the right decision. And, so for him, it's taking that leadership role for us, and it's not fair, because he's a sophomore, right? He's a sophomore with not a ton of experience, and so he had those seniors ahead of him. So
one of those seniors was his brother.
Exactly.
He got to learn from Drew.
So I'm asking a lot from Ryan. I expect a lot from Ryan. I think the community should expect a lot from Ryan, and Ryan expects a lot of himself.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome. And the sky's the limit for that kid.
And then you got a couple other guys who I had the opportunity to coach as well. Jackson Paris, his dad's been involved with the program for a long time. And he's really come into his own.
Yeah, I would say my 14 years of coaching, he's probably come along the most of any kid I've ever coached.
Wow.
We've tracked shots this summer, and he made almost 60,000. And so it's like he's just constantly in the gym, wants to be really good. Just teaching him the game has been big, but he plays hard. I probably coach him harder than anybody I coach, and because he wants to be good.
Yep.
And so he puts the time in. Anytime that something's open, the gym's open, he's there.
He's there.
And so it's like it's one of those things where it's I tell our guys all the time, when you tell me your dreams, they become my dreams.
Yeah.
And he told me he wants to play college basketball, so I told him.
Let's go get it.
So I told him, I said, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
And he's taken to it.
I want to say his dad actually had the opportunity to play college ball as well.
So he did. He played at, I believe it was he played junior college somewhere, Parkland maybe.
Okay.
So he knows what it takes.
Yeah.
And credit to all my parents. They let me coach the kids.
Awesome.
And they let me, I'm not
that can be a challenge.
I'm not an easy guy to play for, and so, but they know that I love them on the back end.
I know you got a couple guys coming off the football squad. Eli Morgan, for example, he probably hasn't seen any minutes yet because of that foot.
Right. Yeah. And but credit to Eli again. He's been to everything. He's been around, taking those mental reps. Mental reps are just as important. We got Parker back for a couple days, and he hurts his ankle. So still trying to piece that all together and what it's going to look like. But credit to those guys again. They've been around and trying to get the mental reps, so when they are ready to go, they can hit the ground running.
That's
Now
awesome.
they got to get in shape a little bit.
Yeah.
Football shape's a little different than basketball shape. So
I've told the guys for years, football shape and baseball shape are not basketball shape.
either is golf shape. I found out this summer.
That's
So,
my favorite shape.
That's shape. Yeah, I'm in the round shape.
Talk to me a little bit about your coaching philosophy, both offensively and defensively.
So there's a saying in our locker room that says "Fortune favors the aggressor,"
Okay.
and it's a Greek poet, song or playwright, Terrence wrote it.
Of course.
Actually, yeah, there you go. And actually, the Romans actually took it over as their philosophy for war, right? And so, for me, it's we're going to be aggressive in everything we do. Defensively, it's like a quarterback in the pocket. If you're not pressuring him and he can survey the field, a lot of quarterbacks can be pretty good. But when the pocket starts to get muddy a little bit, and pressure heats up, that's when they start to.
Then what do you got, right?
And so defensively, we're going to be, it's not going to look traditional. I think some people in the community will be like, that doesn't look like it. It's going to be a lot of pressure, a lot of scrambling, a lot of communication.
Yeah.
Try to force a lot of turnovers and fun, and then offensively. Get out and run. We're gonna, we have a three tiered philosophy offensively. Misses, makes, and then dead balls.
Okay.
And our guys have picked up on it really well. But we want to get up and down the floor, share the basketball. Positionless. I don't believe in hey, you're a point guard, you're a shooting guard, you're a small forward.
Yeah, that's not the basketball we grew up with.
Yeah.
Well,
and
me, I'm a little bit older.
So for me, and kind of just play free flowing, and we've done a lot of 5-on-5, 0 dribble, 1 dribble, just teaching guys how to play without the ball.
Gotcha.
Because there was a stat, Baylor University when they won their national championship. One of my good friends, he was on staff there, and they did a study that their best player that year, they tracked how long he had the ball in his hand, and it was less than 2.5 minutes a game.
You don't say.
And he played 32 minutes a game. So it's like, what are you doing for the other 30 to be effective? So
I'd love more coffee. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah,
absolutely.
A little coffee break. For
our friends here at Ricky's Pancake House.
Yeah, thank you guys for hosting us. Yeah. So I'm just having that, and but like I said, like just in anything in life, I think you got to be aggressive with anything in life, whether it's a job, whether it's basketball, whatever it is. You can't sit back and wait for something. You got to go get it. And we're not going to be the team that sits back. If we're going to lose a game, we're going to lose it our way.
I love it. So. That's exciting. Talk to me a little bit about what you're trying to bring to the program off the court. A little excitement to the court, a little excitement to the student section, and even how you're interacting with the team day to day in the high school.
Right. So that was something that was unique to me coming from college. Right. You don't interact with a lot of people. It's more so the players, and you're worried about play. So for me, it was really important to, one of my good friends, he was a college. He said the first 3 things you do is you talk to your parents and your players when you get the job. You talk to your alumni, and then you talk to your students. And so those are the 3 things I really focused on, I think. So, this year it's been big for me to go out and talk to the community. And we actually have, I believe, Pizza Burrow, Podium Barbecue, Cochran's Catering, Cornwall Plumbing. They're all doing some different things. Kirby Heating and Air, they're doing 3 for 3. So every 3 we hit this year at home, they're donating $3.
I want to say their son Robert and maybe even Adam played for the Bruins.
And so like getting them involved. Cornwall, they're doing T-shirts for our student section. Pizza Bros doing pizza. Cochran's doing some sugar cookies. Podium's doing barbecue sandwiches. We still have 4 games out there if anybody wants to sponsor one of these games.
There you go, Coach.
But and then also just being around the students during the day, really encouraging them, and I want to do some stuff with them where I can get them involved as far as we have the bell ringer. We can talk about that later.
Let's do that. Actually, that's a great point for that. I've seen that on social media. Got a couple guys coming off the court and practice ringing a bell. What's that about?
Yeah, so it actually started. One of my good friends, he's an assistant with the Pacers, and I went to one of their practices. They had a bell in the corner. And so what they do is they shoot 25 threes at the end of every practice. So if you hit 20, you get to ring the bell. So we actually have 2 ways you can do it. You can do that, or we have a thing called Baylor shooting, which is you shoot for 10 straight minutes, and if you make 100, you get to ring the bell.
Oh, wow.
But when I talked to Scott about it, we kind of went farther with it. Every win that a Tri-West team has in the gym, whatever, we'll go over and ring the bell.
I love that.
I'm hoping Friday night I can get the student section over there and get the Cub in, which has been a great thing, by the way.
And that's the Tri-West Youth Program?
Yeah, that's Tri-West Youth Program. The Bruin Youth Basketball League has been unbelievable. That's just awesome. 280 kids involved in that.
Oh, wow. I want to say that big community partner, Fleece Performance, sponsors them.
Unbelievable. That's been such a blessing. But they're going to be there as well. And hopefully Friday night we can bring both of them over there. And the goal is after we win a game that they come over to the bell, the entire student section rallies around our team and we ring the bell for victory. So that's the.
I'll tell you what, I think I saw the football program really invite the students into the team this year, particularly after a win at home. I think the students really enjoyed that.
That's what makes high school basketball, right? And so that's huge in the community. And so hopefully Friday night they have a good time and they keep coming back.
Who we got Friday?
Weibo. So my first game as a head coach is a conference game. Yeah. So you guys all like me right now. So let's hope that you still like me Friday night.
What do we know about the Stars?
Well, actually, we're one of my assistants. He's going to scouting tonight. I know that they bring back quite a bit.
Okay.
They bring back their main guys. So obviously, like I said, our inexperience against their experience. So they have a couple guys that can get to the rim a little bit. Last year I watched last year's game against them. They have they ran a little bit of a flex action against them, and they're very, very patient. So hopefully we can speed them up a little bit.
Yeah.
And, play our style. My thing is I want to come out of that game feeling that we played our way.
Yeah.
Because one of the things is that I challenge the guys is begin with the end in mind.
Yep.
And so this is the beginning. The end goal is March. And so can we get our ceiling to on Friday to be our floor for tomorrow?
I love it.
And so we're going to try to really push it that way.
What is this team ceiling? What's the goal for the year?
For us, it's to win a sectional championship.
Okay.
And it's a tough section. Brebeuf and Barron and Danville, and it's a tough section.
Those are not easy schools.
No, not easy schools, and they're playing on a little bit of a different playing field. Don't get that twisted, But for us, it's can we compete? Can we get better so that way in March, we're a threat there. And I'm a dreamer. I want to win a state title. And
I love it,
and I want to bring it here. And is it going to happen every year? No, but that's the goal. That's my goal every year, and and so that's where we're going. But for us right now, it's getting better every day. Like I said, setting that new ceiling every day.
As we build towards that state title, you have some really good young players coming up too, I'm assuming. How's that freshman class look?
I love that freshman class. I'm really excited about it. We have Lane Barnard, big guy. He's come a long ways.
I used to be taller than him.
Yeah. He's grown a ton. His confidence level is getting better and better. I coach him extremely hard.
Good.
And he's taking.
His dad was probably soft on him. So
yeah. Craig. Eric Dean's been great. Unbelievable family. And he's very, very high IQ.
Yep.
He's come a long ways. We have Daniel Thomas. And so him.
First year here at Tri-West.
First year here at Tri-West, yep. And he's a special athlete. He's a special basketball player. Now it's just kind of getting him to understand the game a little bit more. He actually put him on a shooting diet for 2 weeks, where he wasn't allowed to shoot in practice and make him more of a playmaker. That really helped him a ton.
Playoff, yeah.
And Amari Blakely, another guy that's his first year here. He's helped us out a ton. He's quicker than lightning. So those two guys offer a little bit something different. Xavier Graham, another first year guy here.
Okay.
Xavier has an unbelievable high ceiling. I think he could be a really special player.
Nice.
Now he just got to get it physically more mature, a little bit more confident. And Cody Morgan, he's come along a long ways.
Good athlete.
Yeah, great athlete, great family, great kid. He's been in extra ever since football ended. He wants to get in and make sure that he understands everything. He's a high IQ kid.
Yep.
So I love that. I think they all complement each other really well. So the future's really, really bright with that group. And obviously just physically getting there and then understanding. I think in our scrimmage, they kind of saw a little bit about hey. That 17, 18-year-old is a little bit different than this 14, 15-year-old. But they adapted well. So I'm excited to see what they do. They're going to play Thursday night in the JV game, see how they do. And then all those guys will have an opportunity to play varsity for us either Friday night or moving forward.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach. Growing up here in Indiana high school basketball is
nothing like it.
One of my favorite sports to this day.
Right. So remember, I lived in Texas for Texas football.
So you've seen both?
I've seen both.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we going to give the edge to?
Okay.
I like to hear that. The smell of popcorn on a Friday night. Nothing beats it here in the winter. Well, we're looking forward to the season. We're looking forward to doing this a few more times. We're going to try and do this every other week, I think.
Yeah, every other week. I think next week we're going to do it.
Okay.
I'll bring a player on.
Nice.
And then I'm going to try to get some of these other coaches on too as well, because I think that it's important for us to understand that it's not just our basketball program. It's not, it's Tri-West, and when we say we are Tri-West, we all are, and I think that's really important to me, that it's a community school. It's a community thing, and Once you're a Bruin, you're always a Bruin. I hope that and I thank the community a ton for taking me in.
Yep.
And like I told everybody, this isn't my program. I just happen to be the face of it, and so I appreciate it.
Well, we're super excited. I know you mentioned the Tri-West Youth Basketball Program and what they've done. It's first year for that rec program. Good friend Emily Fleece has been kind of leading that charge. So
she's
big thanks to her.
An angel. She's I tell all my coaching friends, especially the high school ones, I walked into the golden egg here. Between that and the travel program, like all I got to do is just show up and enjoy being around the kids. There's nothing more that I enjoy more than walking in and seeing those young guys.
Good pipeline.
Well, just the looks on their faces when the high school coach walks around. I remember when I was a kid, it was the same thing with Cliff Hawkins at the Cow.
Oh, I love it.
You walk in and he saw Cliff Hawkins, he thought that you saw Michael Jordan himself. So it was great.
Well, Coach, we look forward to it. First game, December 6th, Friday night, doubleheader with the girls. We're going to try and do a little bit of a broadcast here from the Tri-West Sports Network.
You guys are doing awesome.
We're going to have Connor Ross, who we got behind the camera today. Lane Gibbs is going to be a part of it. Mr. Spears from the high school. We're going to see if we can put together a little production for you guys.
Yeah, no, I think it's been great. You've been awesome. And like I said, I'm a dreamer, so like everything that I'm kind of doing for a program and for our athletic department, I'm really excited.
Well, this is great. You're pushing everybody to the limit to see what we can start, some new traditions, and really bring some attention to the program.
Awesome, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
We'll have fun this season, Coach.
Awesome, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Connor.